and the so-called North American Indian, it trembles my heart to think about what we could do. I mean, just the thought of it. The thought of all of us saying, we're not going to play football until you take that red skin off of that helmet. We're not doing it anymore until you start to treat the so-called Hispanics over there in the island of Vieques like human beings. We are not going to support America in any way. We're canceling Christmas until you start treating the Mexicans like humans. It trembles my imagine blacks and Hispanics being unified in one order, and the so-called North American Indian, it trembles my heart to think about what we could do. I mean, just the thought of it. The thought of all of us saying, we're not going to play football until you take that red skin off of that helmet. We're not doing it anymore until you start to treat the so.
Primero llegaron y dijeron que todos salieran a la calle.
First, they forced everyone out of their houses and made us all lie face down in the street, both men and women.
Hombres y mujeres, boca abajo. Y los niños llorando. Los soldados estaban así.
There were soldiers on both sides. Then they moved away to see the women kneeling down on the ground to pray. They killed all of them. Not a single one of them survived. Just me, by the grace of God. I hid under a tree. When I heard the screams of children, and I knew which ones were mine, they were crying, "Mommy, they're killing us."
Over 900 men, women, and children were massacred. Virtually the entire population of the village and the area surrounding El Mozote. Out of 143 bodies identified in the laboratory, 131 were of children under the age of 12, including 3 infants under the age of 3 months. 10 of the 12 officers cited as responsible for the El Mozote massacre were graduates of the School of the Americas. They were members of the Atlacatl Battalion, a part of the El Salvador Army.
Some goddamn nerve to say we're being ungrateful and we hate this place, man. Speaking about the crimes that affect our people isn't hate. Speaking about the crimes and the suffering that my people go through is not racism. You know what racism is? It's y'all locking our kids up in those cages, man. That's right. That's what racism is, man. Racism is denying a brown man his diploma because he was rocking his Mexican flag. Can you believe that, Halak? These devils, man, denied that brother his diploma because he was rocking a Mexican flag. You have some goddamn nerve to say we're being ungrateful and we hate this place, man. Speaking about the crimes that affect our people isn't hate. Speaking about the crimes and the suffering that my people go through is not racism. You know what racism is? It's y'all locking our kids up in those cages, man. That's right. That's what racism is, man. Racism is denying a brown man his diploma because he was rocking his Mexican flag. Can you believe that, Halak? These devils, man, denied that brother his diploma because he was rocking a Mexican flag. You have some goddamn nerve to
treated in America. Is this similar to the way Jewish people were treated in Germany?
Definitely. You know, there's like mothers who's been dragged down, their faces on the ground in front of their children. So what do you think about that?
Absolutely. You know? The way Hispanics are treated in America, is this similar to the way Jewish people were treated in Germany?
Definitely. You know, there's like mothers. Are all Asians legal?
Right. So another question. So what's happening with the ICE agents, is this happening to the Filipinos as well? So as far as, when the ICE agents go into the Hispanic communities, are they going into the Asian communities as well?
Well, some Asians are being deported, but not as worse as the Latino communities. I think right now, the Latino community has been targeted by this administration, you know? I mean, not much of Asians. I am Asian myself, so but I noticed that most of them are Latino, yeah? You know? So...
Why do you think they are targeting the Hispanics and Latinos?
Well, that is the thing. Number one, you know, most of the Asians, when it comes to like household income, you know, the Latinos are much more, most of them come from underprivileged community, you know? Are all Asians legal?
Right. So, another question. So, what's happened?
So based on America treating Hispanics horrible, do you think America is treating Hispanics the same way Hitler treated the Jews?
Well, you know, I was not alive when that happened, but based on the history, that's how it started. You know, chasing some ethnicity, chasing the Jewish especially, and then, you know, first they would try to get him out, get intimidated, put him in jail, then they start killing. And I'm afraid that's what's going to happen here. I kind of have a feeling that's coming up next. If we don't stop this right now, I think that's actually where we're going. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Nosotros somos escuela israelita, conocimiento práctico,
Power of manifest destiny. It can only be understood as an act of destruction.
Tú eres un hombre hispano, negro, origen nativo. Tu lugar es aquí con nosotros. Nosotros somos tu verdadera familia. Deja de seguir la costumbre de nuestros opresores y toda otra maldita nación. Tú eres Israel. Nosotros somos la escuela israelita de conocimiento práctico universal. Órale.
Orale, mic check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? If anybody's there, right? Y'all can put a 1 in the chat if anybody's there yet. If not, no sweat. I'm gonna keep speaking until someone lets me know there's no sound. What's going down, Raza? You're tuned in to another episode of the Inconvenient Truth on Wednesday nights. We started a little later, but we're still getting up 10-ish, But of course, this is the Inconvenient Truth. I'm right here, pre-synopsis 1000 Malakma, reporting live from, Sur Calipas, ISUK Southern California, ISUK Mexico. And of course, I'm right here with my camarada, Mighty Pre-synopsis 5000, Officer Kamada. What's going on with you, sir?
Hey, Shalom Kanat, Lord Christ. Can you hear me, Malakma? I see a little lag on my end.
Come, I can hear you, sir, loud and clear. Can you hear me? Like, how do I sound? You hear me?
Like, you too wild. Just my screen is freezing.
They still hating, huh? They don't want you to bring that troop out, sir. Like, they really trying to stop you. I got something for him, man.
Bitch ass parasite. Bitch ass parasite.
To the damn, small hats and all of them that try to stop, the work we do, man. You can never stop God's work, man. That's first and foremost. But of course, man. So what we're gonna touch and talk about tonight, right? Is we're gonna talk about the incident that happened, man. I'm sure a lot of y'all been seeing all over the internet, right? Another life taken by ICE. right? Tonight, the title of tonight's episode is Another Life Lost. ICE operation in Houston sparks outrage. As you see, the community, right, the so-called Latino community is outraged and upset. I believe Mexico is outraged and upset, right? Because another carnal has lost his life. You understand? And this is, I don't know how many people have died so far at the hands of these ICE agents, right? But it's really telling of what the nature of this oppressor and the nature of this country truly is towards our people, towards Mexicans, towards Latinos. You understand? And how this oppressor, as we brought out on Sunday, right, really wants to unalive you. This past Saturday, right, on July 4th, they had a organization called Patriot Front march in front of the White House, right, all up and down Washington, D.C. And what were they chanting? They were chanting liberty. I forgot what they were saying. I know one of this was liberty, victory, and I forgot what the other thing was. But who do you think they were chanting that about? Why do you think they were meant? Let me, hey, Salaka, sir, we could real quick, right? I'm gonna pull that picture of the Patriot Front, right? Because I want to point something out, right? Now that we're on the topic, right? Patriot Front in Washington, D.C. Because they were all covered. They had their faces covered, right? Here we go. Let me get a good picture of these oppressors. And let me share this on the screen real quick. Oh man, so let me find a picture, man. Okay, how about this one? This is on IG. Okay, here we go. And of course, they surrounded the sister right on the train. As I don't know what exactly happened, but it looked like they were trying to intimidate the sister. But you see them, right? You see the Patriot Front right here. You see what they're wearing, how they have their faces covered up? Who else has their faces covered up when they go and try and arrest people? And that's exact same facial mask. For anybody in the chat, if y'all can answer, let me know who else looks like this. We know the KKK, but who else, sir? Sir, who else dresses like this? If I didn't see that star, that flag on their hat, you know what I thought they would be?
Oh, you mean if I didn't see this, the dress code, the Nazis?
Nah, not the Nazis. If I didn't see this and this on them, right? You know what I thought I would think they are?
Hold on, can I?
The sister got it.
No, go ahead, Salaki. I was gonna say I'm not sure if you're trying to present the image, but it's not. It was okay. I wasn't showing it.
Oh, wasn't showing it. Right, damn right. Hey, Shalom, sis, first and foremost, right? The sister Mariam, she said ICE. Exactly, sis. Right. That's who I would think they are if they didn't have that flag and that patch on their clothing, right? They look like ICE agents. And if you think I'm making this up, let me show you a picture of ICE agents. When they run up on people. Perfect picture right here. There's your ICE agents. You know what I mean? There they are. And it's
just
exactly the same. You understand? So that lets you know something, man. Like, is it possible that the same people that work for ICE are part of that Patriot Front? And I put money, what is it? What they call pennies to dollars or whatever the term is? I would put pennies to dollars that they are. Your local ICE agents are also part of that Patriot Front. They're part of that KKK. You understand? They're really white supremacists. And that's why they're so trigger happy and quick to unalive, right? That poor brother that got unalived by ICE this, what was it, yesterday or the day before? And I believe a few days prior, another person got unalived right at the hands of ICE. You know, so what's going on here? You know, like to all y'all out there, you know, talking about, you know, got to follow the law in America, this, and you know, don't come here illegally. What do y'all have to say about this situation? How do y'all explain this away when I show you the similarities with the Patriot Front and with ICE? And so, like, I'm just sharing this live to some groups. All right. You know, oh, then we lost up camera. Damn. All right, no sweat. You understand? So that's what that would be my question to y'all, especially y'all pro-Trump, y'all MAGAs, you Republicans, everyone that supports Donald Trump and is all about America first. What do y'all have to say about this situation with the comparison? I'm sure y'all real quiet right now. Y'all gonna say, damn right, sis. Sister, you know, damn right. Sister Mariah brought it out, right? Same thugs, different agencies. Exactly. Okay, we got Officer Commandant back. So like, sir. I'm right here.
Check.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What's my question?
Let me read this. It says, this is titled from LA Times, right? Who are these people? Masked immigration agents challenged local police, sow fear in LA. Right. This is from June of last year. And it says, increasingly aggressive immigration raids carried out by masked federal agents, sometimes using unmarked vehicles, are creating problems for local law enforcement agencies. Police have little or no insight into where the federal enforcement actions are taking place, but often have to deal with the aftermath, including protests and questions from residents about what exactly happened. In some cases, local cops have been mistaken for federal agents, eroding years of work to have immigrant communities trust the police. In Bell, chaos erupted when masked men arrived at a car wash and began detaining its workers, sparking a confrontation with residents and immigration rights advocates before they were forced to hastily drive over curbs and street islands to escape. In Pasadena last week, a man stepped out of his unmarked vehicle at an intersection, unholstered his pistol, and aimed it at a group of pedestrians before returning to his car, turning on its red and blue emergency lights and speeding off. Video of the incident went viral. That incident left the police chief of Pasadena resign to figure out whether it was a crime or part of a federal raid. There's no way for us to verify, Police Chief Gene Harris said. The department reviewed surveillance footage and other video and saw the credentials of the man's uniform, according to their chief. We were able to determine that, to the best of our estimation, he was an ICE agent. We will not look into it any deeper than that, he said. And of course, it's about Dodgers. Goes more into Dodger Stadium and whatnot. But look at this picture right here. Right? And right here. You know, this is a food vendor getting harassed by ICE. Good night, man. So, like, sir, anything you want to say? Oh, did we lose Officer Kamada again? Think we did. No sweat. course, you there, sir?
Yeah, it's going in and out. So like it, carnal.
No sweat.
Just keep rocking. Just keep rocking, carnal.
Okay. Meanwhile, I also have a link to the you know, to join the StreamYard if y'all want to join and bring your thoughts and opinions, your comments, your questions. You know, of course, you can share it. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, I'll find out who knows and then get back to you. But the link's right there. Let me show it. On all the social media platforms that we're on. All right, let me put tip the link. We got young man Dennis up in here. What's going down, carnal? So that, you know, ever since they were, you know, given the arrest quotas that they were given, right? What was it, 2,000 arrests a day? And, you know, right before Trump came into office, right, ICE was already on a rampage trying to run up on anyone and everyone and anyone they could get so that they could make their quotas. Of course, you had Stephen Miller who announced, right, that they had that quota. He made it, right, made it up. He announced it. And, of course, ICE has been on a rampage since, you know. But, of course, with that, man, let's get into the main topic, right? Let's get into the story that I got right here.
Neighborhood, a man shot in the stomach with ICE agents and federal investigators on scene. Within the last few moments, we've confirmed that man has died. This is happening at the intersection of Canal Street and Highway 90. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is there working to gather the latest. Bryce, what have you learned?
Andy, federal agents just left Canal Street here in the last 30 minutes or so. They had been on this scene for about 8 hours, as we have just confirmed through an ICE spokesperson that an ICE agent opened fire and killed a Mexican national here on this street just before 7 o'clock this morning. What ICE is telling us this afternoon is that enforcement officers were out here attempting to pull over that Mexican national. He's been identified by ICE as Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. And according to ICE, when they tried to stop him, he refused to stop. ICE says from the information that they are getting, he then used his vehicle in an attempt to ram the ICE officers who were out here. He then did not follow verbal commands, according to ICE. And then that is when, according to ICE, he tried to run over the agents who were out here attempting to pull him over. ICE says that an agent then opened fire. The man, Salgado Araujo, got rushed to Ben Taub Hospital. According to the Houston Fire Department, we're told that he was taken there with CPR in progress. And then we have just learned from ICE this afternoon that he died there at the hospital. Wow. There's still a lot of questions here. We have not seen any video of this incident, but we saw that the FBI Houston's evidence response team came to process this scene. Again, those federal agents have been here for about the last 8 hours today. We have reached out to the mayor's office to get any additional information. Houston police officers were here on the scene also holding the perimeter. We did see a white van that got loaded onto a wrecker as part of this investigation and then hauled away from here this afternoon. A lot of reaction coming in from the community while the police tape was up out here. We did see a lot of those neighbors coming. They had seen on social media what happened. A lot of them upset. My colleague Joy Addison is just down the road here on the other side of where this scene has cleared. She's been speaking with those neighbors throughout the day. Joy, what are they telling you?
Yeah, well, I've been out here trying to speak with neighbors and figure out exactly what happened. What I've been able to piece together so far is that whatever interaction happened between four men that were in a van headed to work, picking up someone on this street, happened right over here in front of this business and home right here. Now, I'm told by the stepdaughter of one of the men that was in that vehicle that they stopped to pick up a coworker and that they had suspicions that ICE was behind them. Upon arriving at a home on this street, one of these addresses here behind me, the men had some type of interaction with ICE, and during that interaction, Lorenzo Salgado was shot. Video from our media partner Grizzy's Hood News shows that man lying on the ground screaming. He was later taken to Bentop Hospital. Now, when I was able to speak with the stepdaughter of one of the men who was in the car, she said that she and her mother were made aware of what happened due to some social media video that had been floating around TikTok. They saw on that video the co-worker of her stepdad, Mr. Salgado, laying on the ground, bleeding and begging for help. Like I said, that is the same video that was posted by our media partner, Grizzy's Hood News. Now, as you heard my colleague Bryce Newberry say, the man who was shot, his last name is Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, who has now died at the hospital. Montserrat left here with her stepdad after I spoke, she left here looking for her stepdad after I spoke with her earlier. We haven't been able to confirm that he's in custody. What she's been told from a very brief phone call is that he and the two other men that were in the car, not the man that was shot, so three men were taken into custody, and then the man that was shot was taken to Bentop Hospital and later pronounced dead. This is a developing story, and as we get more information, we'll bring it to you right here on KPRC 2 News.
Now let's send it out to
So I don't know if you heard all that, sir.
Yeah, Conker, I was gonna ask you, do you have any videos of the chase? And I can send you some videos.
I found this, but yeah, definitely send it to me. I'll play those videos. I found this one. I'm playing this one right now.
All right.
So here's some more, right?
Federal investigators on scene. Within the last few moments, we've confirmed that man has died.
ICE agent opened fire and killed a Mexican national.
Salakia, can you see the screen, sir?
Yeah, Con. It's playing.
Yeah, but you can see everything on there, right?
Like the comments?
Yeah, you see the comments? You see what I'm seeing?
I can see the comments, but I can't read them though.
Okay. You got a devil by the name of Marcel Pickett saying, "Thank you for your service, ICE." Then you have another one, Mino 1960, saying, "Good job. Love ICE. God bless ICE." That's two comments on this video where it's talking about unaliving that poor man, Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, right? And you get these devils right here praising ICE for taking his life. And of course, they're claiming that he tried to run them over with the car, right? And that somehow, I wouldn't believe. I for sure would believe that's a lie, because not too long ago, what happened in Milwaukee? Was it in Milwaukee or in somewhere out there in the Midwest, right? Where that white lady was killed. What was her name? And the whole country came to a whole standstill for her. Well, they claim she was trying to run over the ICE agent, and they did the same thing with the other brother, Silverio Viejo. What is it? Is it Silverio Viejo Gonzalez? I believe was his name, out there in Chicago. Claimed he was trying to run them over with the car. More than likely, what happened was they were trying to get away from the ICE agents. You understand? They always the sister brought that up, man. Like, look, she said they always use that supposed excuse about taming them, hitting them with the vehicle, ramming them with the vehicle. Sis, right? I believe that is 100% BS, right? They're bloodthirsty. They want to have an excuse to unalive somebody, right? They're mad because someone doesn't want to go willfully with them, man. You're trying to kidnap somebody, you know. You think you expect them to go willfully with you. So what do? They think in their minds the answer is to take their life. You understand? That's the way these oppressors think. You understand? You don't agree with them, you got to go. You understand? And the fact that you got devils right here online praising the unaliving of that brother lets it be known the nature of America, the hatred that America has for Mexicans, has for Latinos. You understand? And that's why I was saying this is if you needed a good enough reason to not celebrate the 4th of July, Raza, this is why you shouldn't celebrate the 4th of July, because this is what you're celebrating. This right here and this right here. You're choosing the side of these devils who want to take your life. These gabachos who really want to take your life. You're celebrating their holiday, their culture. You're celebrating the evil that they've done to your people and your culture and history. You understand? That's what you're celebrating. And we need to wake up and stop and separate our spirit from America so that this stops happening, man. That's the only way this is going to stop.
Yeah, conquer, man.
They said he was in the middle of getting his residency the right way. Good night, sis. So Moran brought out more information. She said the poor brother was in the middle of getting his residency the right way. He was a Mexican national. He wasn't even an undocumented immigrant. And they still took his life. They still try to stop him. You know? Why? Right. It was evidence, right? Greg Bovino said he was going to go after people based on their accents, their appearance. You know, they openly admit to racial profiling. And y'all think racism is in the past? You think we're all supposed to be together as one in this place? They're letting it be known how they feel about you, man. Let me get those stories that you sent me, sir.
No, it's just footage of a camera where the chase occurred in the streets out there. I believe it was in Houston. Right, but it's just angles, you know, that shows how they were chasing him down. He was trying to evade, you know, these terrorists. And the thing is that, you know, now they're going into these what do you call it? Into these pursuits with unmarked cars, unmarked vehicles, and he didn't even have his sirens on.
Right.
You know, like I thought you were supposed to make yourself. You were supposed to identify yourself.
Right.
You know, like how is this man supposed to know that he wasn't trying to get robbed? And I believe that the family said that too. I was trying to find a video where the family said that, you know, he probably thought that you know, this happened in the early hours at the break of dawn.
Right.
You know, and he was being chased. He was getting ready to, you know, go put some work in. And instead they hunt his steps. And also if you could get those precepts ready.
Come on,
but if you could play this.
I'll play that footage right now. Oh, what's up?
Solo por Telemundo Houston, y en este video muestra el momento en el que la banda de Lorenzo viaja en dirección sur sobre la calle Wayside.
That's the brother's vehicle.
Dos camionetas color negro.
And those black SUVs are the
a las 6 y
ICE agents.
Martes, donde sabemos que minutos después, exactamente a las 6 y 50, según informes de ICE, ocurrió el tiroteo. El video parece mostrar que las dos camionetas negras no llevaban las luces de emergencia encendidas mientras conducían sobre la calle Wayside. Observemos las imágenes a continuación.
So they were trying to run them off the, like, as you see, like they were aggressively trying to pull them over and run them off the road.
Right. And I don't know what moment, right? Because they say that he tried to run them over.
Right.
Like in what moment did that happen? Because they're saying that what after this angle, it goes into an angle where it's like right in front of the gas station, right? Right here. That's the Chevron. They're saying that around here is where that brother got unalive.
Right.
Somewhere around there on that street. I forgot the name of that street. They said it, but you know, at what moment did he try to run them over?
Right. Where's the rest of the footage?
Like they were trying to run him over off.
Right. I was gonna say, where's the rest of the footage? Why does it cut off right there? You understand? After this whole thing went down, they went and got the footage that they probably searched the area for cameras to get all the footage they could get, you know? Because more than likely it's going to show a different story than what ICE is claiming. Ole, we got in here Officer Matamyar. Hey, what's going on, carnal? Shalom, yaba shibakta.
Órale, carnal. Hey, Matamyar, if you want to join, the link is right there too, carnal.
So, like, sir, give me 1 second.
No sweat. Oh, it's a lot, man. So, you know, this is a Spanish sister interpreting what's going down, right, in the early hours in the morning. I think this happened around 6 a.m. You know, this brother want to go pick up his crew. They go into the job site, and you heard how one of the stepdaughters was breaking it down, how they got her father was being picked up, and they believed that they were being chased, right? But believing or not, you know, this brother didn't know because they didn't make themselves known. You know, they didn't flash a badge. They didn't turn their lights on. Their sirens is on. They're just chasing them down.
Right. So I'm trying to see if I find. I had posted more stuff right here. So here's another look. Here's another story. I don't know if this one's the same one or this is another one. So sister said she saw a video. 2 women stated that ICE unalived that man. Right? Yeah, the story never matches up. The story, like the truth, like people say contrary to what the ICE agents claim. So there's this right here. So this is on this
Mexico was shot and killed by a federal immigration agent during a traffic stop in Houston this morning, and the shooting is now under investigation. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says agents stopped a vehicle just before 7 a.m. while attempting to arrest the driver, identified as Lorenzo Salgado Oroja. The agency says the driver tried to use his vehicle to run over an agent who then opened fire. Rajo was shot in the abdomen, taken to a hospital, and later died. The FBI is leading the investigation into the shooting.
You're definitely feeling some heartbreak today.
Of course. It's a crime. It's not fair for somebody to get shot. Not even the police department here will do that to somebody that is unarmed. So why does ICE do this?
ICE has not released details about why Araujo was being sought, and no evidence has yet been publicly released to support the agency. New here at 6, a man from Mexico was shot and killed by a federal immigration agent.
There it goes.
New here at 6, a man from Mexico.
So did you hear that? So like, sir, did you hear him screaming in pain?
My end was a little choppy, but if you could break
Choppy,
it down.
but so I just played footage where they were arresting him and he was screaming in pain. Right? How they brought that out earlier. That was the footage right there. And that's crazy, man. Like the lady, the first witness is saying that it's a lie, right? Asking why did they do that? Like not even the police there do that, and that ICE is not they're not having said anything, right? That they're not releasing a statement. You know why they're not saying anything? Because they know they're in the wrong. They know they're in the wrong for what they did. They took this poor brother's life because these the people that become ICE agents are, the general brought it out. It's been brought out, right? Like they're psychopaths. You understand? They're psychopathic killers, right? And men that beat their wives. That's been brought out as well. Men that sexually assault women. White supremacists, terrorism,
and abuse children.
Right? Abusers, right? Predators become ICE agents. You understand? Right. And that's why they're quick to want to unalive someone, and now they got to push the lie that supposedly he was trying to run him over. That Lorenzo was trying to run over the ICE agent. What did the ICE agent get injured? That's my question, right? If he was trying, why is the ICE agent not hurt? If he was trying to run him over,
right?
It's like that. Like I said, look, we had last two incidents not too long ago where supposedly the same thing happened and you find out they were lying. You understand? But so you wanted me to pull the scripture?
Oh yeah,
Lamentations.
It was Micah.
Micah, okay.
Let me see. Micah, if I could. Micah 2:1. Right, because it's one thing that you said earlier, Malagma, like we may not know the character of this damn devil, this damn beast, but the Lord knows, and He's warned us plenty of times. He's warned us up and down our records. You understand? And we cannot. They discriminate us. They profile us. We're the ones that's supposed to really discriminate against them and profile them, because these are maniacs.
Right.
These are bloodthirsty beasts. You got that, Malama?
Kawakan, it's right here. The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, and the Lord says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Meaning, while we are asleep, trying to get a couple of hours before we even hit our next shift, these damn devils are devising iniquity, meaning crimes. They're thinking about how they're gonna go and hunt blacks and Hispanics, how they're gonna go and set them up. They work evil upon their beds. Can you continue from there, Malakma?
Wakan. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right? Before the morning becomes light, they practice it because the power is in their hand. Donald Trump has gave these devils power, right, to go out and decide whether if they're going to arrest or unalive somebody. That's who God is talking about. He's talking about evil, wicked man, which is the oppressor according to the Bible.
Right.
You understand? He's talking about people that make decisions while everybody is asleep. The oppressor is the only man with power in America. And
right.
He will never allow you to sit on his table. You understand? And his power affects the lives of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, God's chosen people.
Right.
The Lord, but the Bible says woe means destruction. Right? Every operation, every order, every decision that puts the lives of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans at risk, they're gonna fall under God's judgment. You understand? He is gonna make IBM missiles rain on America.
Right.
For devising iniquity against God's chosen people.
Right. Right.
Because the Most High God judges righteousness. You hear me? That's what one thing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you best believe that the Lord is on the side of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but you have to stand with him. You have to obey him in order for him. Don't you know that the Bible says that your adversaries will be his adversaries?
Right.
And your enemies will be his enemies?
Right.
You hear me?
Damn right, sir. Damn right, sir. You understand? And that here's what I'll say to this, right? This story right here, this situation right here, what you just brought out, is the proof that Mexicans are Israelites, the proof that Latinos are Israelites. And if you disagree and you're watching this, by all means, show me what other people this is happening to. Show me what other people is getting targeted by ICE and getting unalived. You understand? This is similar to what happens to so-called black people. This is also similar to what happens to our Native American brothers on the reservations. All you got to do is look up the stories, look up the information, use your Google machine, and you'll see that we're all suffering something similar, right? And the Bible said that will happen, right? I'm going to go to the book of Jeremiah 50:33. I believe that's where it's at, 50:33. Right?
And real quick, because the Bible is about the Israelites and the Jews. Now,
right.
Show me the story where a Jew is being pursued in fear, running away from the damn ICE agents. Because the Bible says that this would happen to them. The Bible says that Israel and Judah were oppressed together.
Right.
Now, show me a video of the small hat gutter rat bastards being chased for their lives by terrorists.
Right.
Where?
Right.
Go ahead, my
I'll wait. No sweat, sir. That's heavy. You brought that out because that's what I'm saying, right? Show me what Arab nation this is happening to. Show me what East Indian nation this is happening to. What Asian nation, right? What African nation? I'm talking about Africans, right? I'm not talking about our African American brothers out here, so-called, right? We're talking about y'all from Africa, Ethiopians, what is it? The Cushites, the Somalis, right? Are they? Where's the story of a Somali undocumented immigrant getting unalived by ICE agent? where the ICE agent is claiming that they try to run them over. I'll wait, man. I'll wait for someone to break that down and show it. Oh, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. The children of Israel, which is the 10 tribes, right, of the northern kingdom, or 9.5 tribes in the northern kingdom, and then the children of Judah, which is, Levi, Benjamin, and Judah, right, the other half of Levi, were oppressed together. That's why a lot of you online, right, be talking about, oh, we're not the same people. You don't suffer like we do. That's 100% not true, man. You just got to look up the information. It's there. The numbers are there. The stories are there. The accounts are there, man. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Let me tell you something, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only 3 groups of people who don't truly have their identity, who are still held captive today in America. You understand? And it's evident because we don't have our identity. We don't know what we are. I know a lot of y'all claim, well, you live in your indigenous nation out in Mexico or on the res. You're holding on to what's left, right? What the oppressor allowed you to have left, man. A lot of y'all, your tribal nations, right, are that's not even the original name of your tribal nation, right? And that's a question. That's not a statement for someone to say I'm but right, like a lot of y'all that claim to be out there in Mexico, right, claiming to be Mexica, this and that. A lot of y'all don't even come from Central Mexico. You understand? A lot of y'all like living in other parts. You don't even know your indigenous roots. But what I'm saying is that's because this oppressor took our identity. You understand? Stripped us our identity, our culture, our heritage. We don't know who we are. And they still, to this day, we still don't know. And now a lot of us think that with a DNA test, we're going to get our identity. You think the people that took our identity from us is going to give it back to us with a DNA test? You understand? So, like, not to let me sidebar too much, but I don't know if you saw that battle with Captain Tazariak and the rabbi and the cat from the Proud Boys on the Matan Evans show. Did you see the part, right? And this is to cut all of y'all that want to use DNA to deny Raza being Israelites. Did you hear the part where the rabbi said that a DNA test cannot prove whether you're Jewish or not? Did you catch that, sir?
Yeah, kind of.
I gotta make a clip. I'm gonna make a clip of that, right? And I'm gonna show it. But you got a rabbi admitting that DNA cannot prove whether you're Jewish or not, whether you're an Israelite or not, practically. So that's a cut to all of y'all using the DNA claim to deny Mexicans being Israelites. Because this incident that happened with Lorenzo is the proof that Mexicans are Israelites. It's the proof that the curses of the Bible fit us. Right? Fit us también, man. You understand? But to this day, America does not want to let us go. That's why they won't give black people reparations. That's why they won't give Native Americans the land back. That's why America will never give back the land that it took, the Southwest U.S., back to Mexicans. You understand? They will never let, because that would be the first step to us getting let go, and they don't ever want to let us go. You understand? They know that as long as they have us in captivity, they remain in power. Yeah, so did you have any more stories to bring out on the, any more footage or anything like that?
Well, I mean, just to prove that we are, the children of the Bible, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, I wanted to get another precept, carnal. Just to stay, what I mean? If you could give me Lamentations 4 and 18. Right, because who else fits these records if it's not Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Our life, what we go through today is the proof that we are the people that the Bible talks about, that the Bible describes. You understand? That's our records. The problem is that when you read that Bible, you read it under the perspective of the oppressor.
Right.
And he has no knowledge. He has no truth. And you're supposed to have, when you read this Bible, you're supposed to have the vision that this is your family who is speaking about. These are records of family business. You understand? You got that, Malakman?
Khan, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Right? Now, the Bible clearly says they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Now, every time our neighborhoods get gentrified, I see oppressors coming out into the streets, walking their dogs at every hour of the day. You know, they're on the scooters. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans cannot even go into their own streets. Who is this speaking about?
Right. What other people?
Go ahead, Mike.
I said, what other people is this talking about, sir?
Who is it describing? Right? The Bible is a real book that prophesied of the curses of a people who failed to be diligent and serving the Most High God. Right? We wanted to rebel against the Lord, and the Lord said, and he prophesied, if you disobey me, this is what's going to befall you.
Right.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go into our streets. Go ahead, read the rest, Malama.
Khan, our days are fulfilled, for our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. So, like, sir, if I could, real quick, Bubba, sure, right? If I could, after you're done, if I could go to verse 17.
Oh, yeah, you want to start 17? Go ahead.
Fine, let me go to verse 17, right? This is Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. And you want to know the proof that this fits us, sir? Look at this. Look at what I came across right before, right? Look at this, Arwan. Where is it? Where is it? I just put this in the chat. Here it is. We're looking at a nation that cannot save us. Look at this article right here. It says, do you see the screen?
Yeah, Con.
It says Mexico says it will pursue legal action against the U.S. following Tuesday's deadly shooting involving an ICE agent in Houston. Unfortunately, there has been another death of a Mexican national in the United States for being detained when that person's only offense was lacking immigration documents, even though they had been hired by an American company, President Claudia Sheinbaum told reporters Wednesday. So she's going to pursue legal action is what she's saying, right? You see everybody laughing, right? I'm pretty sure it's devil's laughing.
Right.
But here, when the scripture says, right, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help, a lot of raza is looking at Claudia Sheinbaum and thinking she's going to do something, thinking she's about to bring change and protection for the raza out here in the United States when they come out here. A lot of y'all think she's going to pull justice for Lorenzo. Here's the sad reality, right? When the scripture says, as for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help, meaningless help, right? And are watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Claudia Sheinbaum and Mexico cannot save us. That's just the reality of it. You understand? That she can't do anything for us. And best believe, it'll make it seem like justice is being brought, but then again, another national will be unalived by ICE. It'll still continue. And no matter what Mexico does, it's not going to stop. Right? I don't know how long she's been pushing the issue against Trump. Nothing has changed. Why? Because first of all, she's not really our people, right? I know her mom's Mexican, but her dad's Jewish. Right? They're small hats. A lot of the people in power in Mexico are not Mexican. Air quote Mexican, right? Because I know a lot of y'all going to say, oh, it's a nationality, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm talking about ethnic Mexican, right? A lot of them are Spaniards, are oppressors, and they're not going to do a damn thing for us, man. They cannot save us. And it is vain help, that they're trying to say they're going to do, meaning meaningless. And look at Donald Trump, like the Donald Trump laughing emoji, man. Like, look at that. This is the attitude that they have about us, man. You understand? But so like I said, that was it.
Yeah, that's heavy, carnal. They mock us because we're entertainment to them, and and that's it, carnal. You're on point. This woman, what the hell is she gonna do? She really doesn't have our best interests in mind. She's just political. You understand? Like she's never gonna have our best interests in mind. I'll be surprised if she pays for that brother's funeral. You understand?
Right.
Then I know she's really, serious about it.
Right.
She really wants to do something. You help the family out, and then you want to seek legal action, but I doubt it. She's
right.
With what's going on. She just wants to make brothers and sisters believe that she has her best interest for Hispanics. She doesn't, but also if we could read. Oh no, this is what I wanted to say. Going into verse 18 again. Are you done with that one?
Yeah, Khan. Go ahead.
Okay, because again, the Bible warns Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we are going to have our steps hunted, that we can't even go into our streets.
Right.
You understand? And the Bible is not talking about somebody who got caught slipping. This brother did not get caught slipping. It's talking about a people who wake up already looking over their shoulder. Every day, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have to wake up looking over their shoulder, because our daily lives are shaped by fear in America. And now you look at the story of this brother coming out of Houston, a brother who left to go to work before the sunrise, and never able to make it back home to his family. You hear me? Like, this is talking about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You better be on point. What they say, wake your goddamn game up.
Right.
In the words of Rebellion.
Right.
Ponte trucha, carnal.
Right. Keep trucha, man.
Keep trucha, carnal.
Right, carnal.
And here's the point, that when people can't immediately tell who's behind them.
Look at it closely. Look at it closely.
Because, I forgot, was it Donald Trump's first term? It was this little girl. You could find a video of a little girl that said that in her mind, she lives in fear because of Donald Trump. Like the fears, it's embedded in her mind because of Donald Trump. She knows that this is a damn wicked, evil bastard. Let
me see.
And this is the thing, that the Most High God said that his chosen people, who are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, would never live comfortably in captivity. America is not our rest. That's another scripture, right? In the book of Hosea, right? America is not our rest. You understand? And the reason why is because we are being hunted. If you could read verse 19, carnal.
Which one?
Verse 19. The next one.
Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
You understand? Our persecutors are swifter than the eagle. Now, this right here, you can piece it up with that one. What's the one that they're swifter than the eagle flyeth?
Oh, you're talking about
Deuteronomy
28, 48 through 50?
Yeah, con.
That's what
Right?
a nation of fierce
countenance.
Right.
Con. Right. So our persecutors are swifter than the eagle of the heaven. And who does the eagle represent? It represents the nation of Esau, the Edomites, the Idumeans, the oppressors. You hear me? The settlers, the conquistadors.
Right.
And it's the thing that oppression moves fast. I mean, meaning that it corners you before you even have time to think. Right? And the Bible paints a picture of a people who can't catch their breath because somebody's always pursuing them. And that is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We can never catch our breath because if we're not being pursued by these the ICE agents or the agencies, we are being pressured at work. You have this many time to break down, these pallets, to break down, so and such. Like, we don't even have time to even think because America is either pursuing us or putting pressure on us. Right. And that's the reason why this story hits hard. It should hit hard for for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Whether you're talking about the immigration enforcement or any other government action against Blacks, because they're also being pursued and also being pressured just like Hispanics and Native Americans. And the thing is that once the fear becomes part of your everyday life, something is going to go wrong. And the thing is that America has normalized the destruction. So much so that last year, a sister got caught. She got arrested on 4th of July, and look what happened this 4th of July. Everybody, lit up fireworks, celebrated, said happy 4th. You hear me? And a few days later, this brother gets unalive, lost his life, and next year, people are going to forget about this brother. They're going to forget that the same country who celebrated, their independence went after the poor.
Right.
You hear me? Like, people are going to forget that, man. And that is sad. That is sad.
Oh, look at it closely. Look at it closely.
Go ahead, Malama.
So look at it closely, as that one cat said. Look at it closely, man. You seen this, The concert. Go ahead.
The Dalai Lama says, "Step your game up."
Right.
No, it's like the Dalai Lama. He said, "Step your game up." Hey, Kanal, if you want to join, hit the link.
Come join us, man. All I gotta say to the Latinos for Trump and those that support ICE.
Your mindset. You ain't a real G, homie.
You understand? Yeah. F your mindsets, man.
Hey,
how do you?
If I could, real quick,
Go ahead.
We know cowards. And today, my rib, she said a word that I haven't heard in a minute. You hear me? Like, she, in Spanish, we said cobarde.
Right, no cobardes.
She reminded me of, she's like canalla. And I was like, damn. Canalla is like, you ever heard of that term, Canalla?
I never heard that one.
You never?
Like
Oh
it.
my God, carnal. When I used to live in Mexico, they used to say that all the time. Es un
Órale.
canalla. But a
Damn.
canalla is a wuss.
Órale, okay.
You know, and this is the thing that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans stop being goddamn canallas, man. Like,
Right.
stand for your people, man. The oppressor's doing it. He went out and he didn't show his face. He didn't
Right.
publicly show his face like we do. We go out there, man, and we stand for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because we are no cowards, man. But the oppressor, he's a goddamn canalla. And if you stay in that goddamn church of abusers of women and children, the sister said that's a 90s slang. They're damn right. If you stay in that goddamn church of abusers of children and women,
Your mindset. You ain't a real G, homie.
You're gonna be effeminate and you're gonna be weak.
Right.
You understand? And that's why you're a canalla. You can't stand for anything. You just roll by the punch with the punches, right? Well, damn that. We're gonna box and weave, man, because Captain Quatazar, what did he be saying? He said your arms is too short. It's too short to box with God.
Right. Your arms are too short to high box with God.
Damn right, man. And we are soldiers of the Most High God.
Hold on, we got Officer Gadala Ahmad in here with us, sir. Hey, shalom, Kanadi, Officer, with us.
Hey, shalom, Karnal, Jehovah Shem Shabbat. I'm over here at the slave, man. I'm watching from the slave, man.
No sweat, carnal. If you want to say something, you know, because this happened out there in your state, carnal. If there's something you want to say, real quick.
Kind out of Wakan.
Go ahead, carnal.
Yeah, like one thing that's like I guess on the minds on some of us that actually care about our people, you know, like we just, you know, we have what's been going on, the FIFA, the Mundial has also been going on, right? And everybody been hype about Mexico and winning the World Cup and all that, you know what I'm saying? But then here we have our brother getting killed, you know what I'm saying, by our enemies, by these, you know, by ICE or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then that same energy, you know, that we have to cheer for our team, you know, we don't have it when it's actually needed, you know what I'm saying, to back our people when we're out here getting killed, out here getting oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody really quiet, don't really say nothing about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, carnal.
Right, carnal, right. And I saw a heavy post, if I could, right? I saw a heavy post earlier today. Dang, I should have shared it to the chat. And it said a lot of y'all that were some about, you know, everyone was wearing Mexico jerseys. Now y'all quiet, basically saying how quiet everyone is now in response to Lorenzo, right? But y'all were wearing Mexico jerseys yesterday or the day before. You know, like basically calling out the hypocrisy. You know, like you can't cheer, you know, you're gonna cheer for Mexico and then ignore the issues of Mexicans suffering ICE and whatnot, from ICE and whatnot, you know? And what the sister brought out is, hey, Mariam said, we've been desensitized, exactly, because we'll ignore what's going on and still support the World Cup. Still support a lot of you know, Mexico fans, right? Or go cheer for America. A lot of y'all celebrated the 4th of July on Saturday, man. Rocking that Mexico jersey, you know, and that right there is why this happens to us, right? Where this oppressor thinks they could treat us any type of way, and they don't have to worry about repercussions, because we'll still love them after all this. We'll still go fight for America after this, man.
Yeah,
how many, you know? Salakia.
Yeah, and what you're saying, Malama, is on point too, because this how you know that the Raza will still side with the oppressor, seeing all the unaliving that they commit, right? Like you'll talk to somebody and tell them about this brother, how he lost his life. And this is a hardworking brother, man. Lost his life. And then they'll say, oh, but, you know, blacks kill Hispanics and Hispanics kills Hispanics to justify, right, you know, the unaliving of this brother. Where did they get that talking point from? They got that from the oppressor. Every time you bring up the oppression and the unaliving that the oppressor commits against blacks and Hispanics, the oppressor runs to, oh, well, blacks kill blacks, Hispanics kill Hispanics, blacks kill Hispanics, Hispanics, kill blacks. That is a talking point of the oppressor. Every time, you talk like that, I look at you sideways, man. I'm wondering about you.
Right.
You're gonna run and tell.
Right. You know what's the one I hear? They'll be like, "Oh, you mad at America? You think it was so bad, right? America's so bad. The Aztecs were killing, each other before we came here. Y'all indigenous people were killing each other before we came here. So we civilized y'all. And if you don't like America, you can leave, right? I always hear that one, right? Well, first off, I don't got to leave anywhere because if you need a history lesson, right, I'm already home, But here's the other part, right? They'll say, you don't like America, leave. You have it so good out here, right? That's why your family left Mexico. Why do you think my family had to leave Mexico? Why do you think why the conditions were horrible in Mexico? Because of y'all, because of you oppressors, man. Because of you gabachos that went and destabilized Latino America, went and destabilized Mexico, went and destabilized South America. Everything is horrible because of y'all. You understand? And then people will say, well, you're just blaming the white man for all your problems. I'm just telling the truth, man. Why is it that everyone else has to take accountability but you cavachos? You cavachos never want to take accountability for anything. You don't want to take accountability for the evil and the destruction and the destabilization that y'all have done. Y'all want to blame everyone else for your problems. That's why Donald Trump won his presidency. Because y'all do that, man. Y'all literally blame cartels for your drug addiction. When if you want to stop the cartels, get off the damn drugs.
Yeah.
And this is what the sister Mariah asked. She said, why can't I blame the white man?
Right.
You know why with this oppressor doesn't want us to blame them? Because then we'll get our self-esteem back. Then we'll wake up. And that's really what it is. But go ahead to the next brother.
No, damn right. What the sister's saying, why can't I blame the white man? Right? Donald Trump went on the record and said Hispanics are child abusers, that they are unalivers and what have you, thugs. He labeled us thugs. Who do we learn that from? We learned that from the oppressor. The oppressor was the first thug, the first gangster. Lucky Luciano, Bugsy Siegel, Capone, you understand, Meyer Lansky, and those were Jewish men too, Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel. But these men were the first gangsters moving drugs, organized themselves, and we learned it from them. Even we call ourselves, the Mexican mafia. Where does mafia come from? That's an Italian word. Is really an acronym. I forgot what the acronym means. Right, but you understand, and that's who we learn. The crimes that we commit, because we have assimilated to the spirit of the oppressor. And what the sister say, ain't no Hispanics on the Epstein files. Damn right, sis. Ain't no Hispanics on the Epstein files. But Donald Trump says that we are abusers of children. Every name on the Epstein file belongs to a damn settler, a damn hombre blanco. You hear me?
Right.
And this is the thing, that still you're gonna have governors, you're gonna have politicians, people who everybody in a suit. That's what the Bible says. Beware of wolves. Ravaging wolves and sheep's clothing. Everybody believes that if you have a tie, and you have a clean shaved face, that you're good. Beware of men like that. You hear me?
Right.
They are sucking rye as well. You see Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. You understand? And one thing that I know about a closeted sodomite is that they rage. They can control their emotions. They're effeminate. And that's Donald Trump and all his, you know, his followers, and you know that's just the spirit of the oppressor altogether. You know, they can't control their rage. They're bloodthirsty. You hear me? And the Bible says that because they have not hated blood, blood shall pursue them.
Right.
You hear me? There's gonna be a day where Christ is gonna crack the sky with 200 million angels, and he's gonna bathe the streets of America with the blood of the oppressor.
Right.
And that's gonna be a glorious day for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
And he's gonna do it for Lorenzo.
He's gonna do it for Lorenzo. He's gonna do it. What's the brother?
Gonzalez. Silverio
Gonzalez. He's gonna do it for Keith. What's the brother Keith?
Oh man, Keith what? Keith Keith, was it Keith Porter?
Oh man, I know it was around the same time too. Let me see.
I think it's Keith Porter.
I know.
Yeah, Keith Porter.
Somewhere.
Keith Porter.
Keith Porter.
Keith Porter. Yeah,
he's gonna do
that
it
was
Keith Porter. He's gonna do it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right, Keith Porter, Silverio Gonzalez, Lorenzo.
God, there you go.
Oh man, hold on. I got something to share. I remember I made this post. Let me see if it's right here on still. Let me show y'all something, man. To show you the magnitude of the problem. Let me go to this post. Let's see if it's still there. I made this a while back. Here's all these three brothers right here, Adawan.
God.
These names right here. Silverio Villegas Gonzalez at the top. Carlos Roberto Montoya. Jaime Alanes Garcia. These were three brothers all unalived by ICE.
Hold on, can I did you present it? 'Cause it's not on my screen.
There it is, right there.
Órale.
You see it?
Yeah, come on.
Understand? This is who God is going to bring justice for, man. You understand? For their pain they felt. Just know that an angel's, what is it? An angel like is reporting to the Lord the pain this family felt. You understand? The pain this family felt, you know. Oh, Salaki, I found this too as well. So even as you know, like, man, I tell you. And they're doing protests, but what is it? His son spoke out. Here it is. I think there's a video right here. It's
Thank you, members of the press, especially Victoria Garcia, and flowers with me up on top. Thank you, friends, for showing up. Former students and thanks for coming. I have a quick statement I would like to read today.
Oh, God.
Aldo Salgado, the oldest son of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. I want to tell you about my dad. He was a hard-working family man who never wanted his name to be known by anyone outside of his family. He wanted nothing else in life but to provide for his wife and see his sons become great people. He was also a man of routine. For the majority of the last 35 years of his life in the United States, he began the day the same way and always ended it by coming home sitting on the porch, eating a hearty meal made by my mother, going to sleep, and doing it all over again the next day. Let me tell you about my father's last day alive, with as much detail as possible, because it's vividly replaying in my head over and over again. At 5 a.m., my mom and dad woke up before the rest of the world did. My dad brushed his teeth, he showered. My mom cooked him a huge meal for him to eat that day. At 5:50, my dad got dressed, grabbed his lunch and coffee, hugged and kissed my mom goodbye, slipped on his hat for the day, loaded his lunch, his work boots, his coffee, in his work van. He patted our dog on his head goodbye and drove off to pick up his crew for work. At 6:45 a.m., he should have been picking up the last of his guys before heading to North Houston to finish up construction.
So I had to stop it right there for a minute. You hear what he said, what his dad was doing, and what they were doing? And that's why, damn this oppressor, man. Damn this devil, man. You took the man's life, and what was his crime? Because he didn't have papers? What harm was he doing to America? He was going to contribute to America, man. He was going to work. And you want to talk that bullshit about, you know, how undocumented immigrants, Latinos, Mexicans are coming over here and leeching out the system, right? That we're a strain on the system, man. We contribute to the system. We help keep it. And that's the thank you. That's the thank you you give the people that help run your country, right? Treat them like criminals. Treat them like they're committing a crime for trying to escape poverty. Why do you think our people have to come over here undocumented? For all you idiots out there that talk that smack about get in line, do it the right way. Why do you think people can't do it the right way? You really think it's because they don't feel like getting in line? You really think it's because they don't want to do it the right way? They just don't want to? That they're entitled, they're acting entitled to come over here? And that's the lack of humanity, the lack of compassion this oppressor has to demonize someone trying to escape poverty. Your first thoughts is to complain about them cutting in line and not to think about how horrible the situation is that they have to cut in line, that they can't wait in line because they're going through something. Y'all have no compassion, and that's why God hates y'all. You understand? And this brother right here is breaking down the last day of his father and explaining how his father was going to work, not going to sell drugs, not going to do anything illegal, but go work, make an honest living. And you oppressors thought that that was a death penalty offense in your eyes. It's like I'm playing some more of this.
Construction on some houses. 5 minutes later, unbeknownst to me, at 6:55, unbeknownst to all of us, my dad had been shot inside his van near the intersection of Wayside and Canal by ICE agents in unmarked cars. I want to tell you about my day. Around 7 a.m., I was notified by my mom that something bad had happened to my dad. We didn't know what. All we knew is that it was ICE related. At 7:05, 5 minutes after, I left the house, drove all the way up to his work site to find any evidence of his van. Had he been detained by, he would have wanted the van to be delivered to the work site so that the other workers that were there could finish up the houses and the families could get paid. By 8 a.m., after not finding any evidence, I saw a Facebook post on the Southeast Houston Facebook page about ICE activity on the intersection of Wayside and Canal. It's a place where I've called home. The East End has been our home. I live not too far away from there, so I'm familiar with the area. I didn't think it was him, but I had to make sure. By 8:35 a.m., I arrived in the East End to find Canal Street blocked off. I saw my dad's van, but no sign of him. I frantically called family, friends, loved ones to see if they can find any information. I saw a video posted on Facebook that he had been shot. I recognized him immediately.
Can you think about like how messed up that is, man? Your mom calls you that something happened to your dad, and then you find out about what happened to him on social media, that he had been shot. You know, you don't know what to do. You don't know what's going on with him, man. You just saw him earlier in the day. He was going to work, man. And he dies as he's holding back tears and describing what happened. And you had devils saying, "God bless ICE."
From his voice, crying for help as he lay on the street.
Like you see a video of your father on the street dying, crying in pain, man. That's what you see. You imagine how hard, like, you imagine the blow that is to you, man. That does. And like I said, the oppressors were saying, "God bless ICE. Thank you, ICE." So, like, what's that term that these oppressors suffer from? Y'all remember that condition? I believe the sister Mariah, right, her husband, Officer Tapazar, brought that out in camp.
Tapazar? Oh,
yeah, Officer Tapazar.
I know. Captain Zaria asked him.
Yeah, what the term was, what's it called?
Let's see.
Schneudenfreider or something like that.
I think it's a German word, no?
Yeah, Schneudenfreider or something like that. Where they basically, to you know, for time's sake, the term basically what it is that they get pleasure from seeing someone suffering in pain. And best believe these devils get pleasure from seeing that poor brother get unalived and scream in pain while he was dying on that curb. They got pleasure for that. That's why they were saying, "God bless ICE. Thank you, ICE." When they see this video, I bet if I go to that video, I'm going to go in the comment section real quick. And let me see what they're saying in the comment section. I want to see what they're saying in the comment section. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all see it in the screen? The comments on this, man. Quit trying to run people over. Settle things in court, not on the street. And in the USA for 35 years and not legal yet, why did he ram the ICE agent's car? 35 years and never applied for citizenship. Then he ran from law enforcement. And on top of that, he tried to hit, like the lack of compassion in these devils, man.
Man, I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Schadenfreude or something like that.
Schadenfreude or something like that.
Yeah, right.
It says the feeling of pleasure, joy, or satisfaction derived from another person's misfortune or suffering. It is a German loan word that literally translates to harm, joy.
And that's what they. Look at this comment. Right.
Combining Schaden, which is damage, harm, and feud, which is joy.
So Schadenfreude?
Oh, Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude. There you go. Schadenfreude. That's what your oppressors suffer from, and that's why y'all comment this stuff. Like, look at everything in here. So, like I said, I'll put the link in. Look at this video. Look at all the illegal fatigue. That's what they have. I have illegal fatigue. I give 0 fucks. His life of crime is over. Illegal is unlawful. What a pity they are trespassers and lawbreakers. Do not try to kill our police. Look at all this, man. Good night. That's what they suffer from.
Before we move ahead, I'm not sure if you're going to move ahead from the son speaking, or you still going to play more of him speaking?
Play some more. I want to play a little bit more because he's talking about his right.
Okay, at the end of this, I have a precept And if you could grab it and hold it for me, Salagia.
Come.
Let me
I stayed on site for
Baruch
hours,
3 and 4.
talking to officers or anyone who can give me
If you can get Baruch 3 and 4 and then just hold it. Play that video, Kana.
I encountered a representative from LULAC, Conchita Reyes, who got in contact with Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia to confirm that my dad, Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, had been taken to Bentop Hospital, but his condition was unknown. With all the hope in the world, I drove to Bentop Hospital, the hospital that I was born in, my brother Lorenzo Jr. was born in, and my youngest was born in. I went to Bentop Hospital and demanded answers, but no one could give them to me. I learned of my father's passing from a news report on social media, not the hospital, not law enforcement. Through a collective effort from local organizations and elected officials, we got answers. My father's death was confirmed. I had to call my mom right away to give her the terrible news of my dad's passing before she had to find out the same way I did. My father was a simple man, a family man, a man of routine. He dedicated his life in the United States to giving his family the American dream. He raised my brothers and I on the idea of education taking us so far in life. So through his hard work and inspiration, he saw me attend the University of Houston and graduate from there. Through his hard work and inspiration, he saw me attend the University of Houston, the American dream. He raised my He dedicated his life in the United States to giving his family the American dream.
He dedicated his life to giving his family the American dream. That's what this man died for, man. He gave his life to give his family the American dream, man. And that's the thank you. That's the thank you.
A nightmare, Carnal.
It's a nightmare, exactly, sir. It is a complete nightmare what this American dream is for us, man. To think that you came over here to live the American dream and you had to pay with your life.
Now it's a nightmare.
Now it's a nightmare, man.
You raised my brothers and I on the idea of education taking us so far in life. So through his hard work and inspiration, he saw me attend the University of Houston and graduate from there. He saw Lorenzo Jr. attend and graduate Tufts University in Boston. And my youngest, who is out of state, who goes to college out of state, who still relied on my father for financial assistance for his tuition. All of us are, all three brothers, all three of his sons, American citizens, his pride and joy, highly educated. After nearly 35 years of working to give us the American dream, he made the choice to begin the process of obtaining his American dream through a work permit. We dotted every I, crossed every T, filled every document, attended every appointment. He was close to obtaining his legal status.
Damn, man.
My father was a private man.
So why did ICE hunt him down? You understand? He did all that and ICE still came after him because they don't give a damn. All they saw his dad as was another number to fit their quota. They didn't give a damn what his dad contributes to. Donald Trump don't give a damn about what his dad believed in. Doesn't give a damn about what his family believes in. Doesn't give a damn about the contributions that he made to America. You understand? He taught his sons to go get an education. He didn't teach his sons to go be criminals. He taught his son. He put his family. And let me say this, right? As you're hearing the son break down the character of his father, that doesn't sound like a man that would willfully intentionally try to run over an ICE agent to take his life.
Right.
You understand? I don't think a man that wanted to, get legal status and do it the right way would think all of a sudden, man, I got to take this ICE agent's life so that way I go to prison for the rest of my life or, lose my life. What could have happened is that the ICE agents probably scared the crap out of him and he was trying to get away, trying to escape.
A man who dedicated his life to work. He worked the last 30 years of his life building homes in the Houston suburbs, Part of his dream was to build a house for himself and his family, just like the hundreds he had built for himself over his career. One that he could call home. One that he can call ours, our home. And he did. After he built his own house with his crew, composed of family members and other loved ones. He achieved it. After it was built and up until last weekend, you can find him every evening after work, resting on his porch, listening to music, petting his dog. That's how
Salaki, Karnal, if I may.
Go ahead, Karna.
Now,
Go ahead.
before I say what I'm gonna say, right? First of all, like condolences, right, to this man that was unalive, to his family, right? We need to start the same way we have that like what I mentioned earlier. The same way we have that energy for like a sport, you know, we need to have that same energy for our people to begin to see brothers like this brother that's talking, to begin to see them as who they really are, which is our people, our family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have that disconnect to where we see this, you know, and we like, well, I don't give a damn. That's over there. As long as it's not in my area, like affecting my immediate family, like we don't give a damn. You know, we don't see each other as who we are. We don't see our black brothers as who they are. You know what I'm saying? That we are one family. And to add on top of that, you know, like this brother right here, right? Who is he appealing to? Who is he talking to? He, you know, he's appealing to the same people that unalived his father. He's appealing to the same people for some kind of justice, you know, but the same people he's talking to is who he's trying to get justice from. The same people who killed his pops. You know what I'm saying? And he keeps talking about the American dream. He keeps talking about building a home. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, you know, want to be a part of a people that don't love us. You know what I'm saying? We want to be a part of a people, you know, that don't care about us. And we continue to be right here trying to serve these people and this right here should show us as blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, that we need to get out of this place. In the same way we work so hard to build America, man, we need to say to hell with America, you know what I'm saying, and serve under Commanding General Yohana. You want to do something for your people? You want true justice? You know what I'm saying? Get off this damn pulpit, you know what I'm saying, and get off from behind the media and these microphones, you know what I'm saying? And you want to do something for this man that was unalive, man, get in all black. Get in all black and get in order, you know what I'm saying? Serve your people under Commanding General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, under the God of blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're really gonna help ourselves, not appealing to these people in this way, marching, you know what I'm saying, and doing the things that we do. You see these people, I forgot how you say it, when they all get together with signs, you know what I'm saying, and saying justice and no peace, you know, that's all we keep doing, you know, but this is getting in all black and serving under Commanding General Yohana is how we're actually gonna do for our people. And with that, I yield, Karnal.
Damn right, Karnal. And also get off them damn drugs and get off them damn hoes too, man.
Right. Right,
Go ahead, Malama.
It's almost done.
Not as someone who got shot and killed, but as a family man, a man who understood that good things come to those who put in hard work. I am deeply heartbroken to see that the man who taught me the value of hard work, family values, and education will no longer spend an evening on that porch. I am calling for a full investigation into the events that transpired yesterday, July 7th. He did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to be reduced to a headline of Mexican man shot and killed by ICE. He deserved to live a quiet life as Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, a husband, a father, and a job creator for dozens of men who also wanted the American dream. I would be doing his memory a disservice if I didn't recognize the other 3 men who were with him, one of which was my uncle. All 3 men were rounded up. I have not heard from them, but I hope that they are able to provide their own statements to prove that my father feared for his life as unmarked cars followed my dad, who only wanted to get back to work and back to us. Thank you all for everything. If you could say a few words,
Like,
and if I could,
go ahead,
like, our
sir.
condolences is with that brother and his
Lord
family.
be with him, man. Lord be with him.
Lord be with him and his family. May that brother rise again. You hear me? You got that precept for me, Malama?
Sir, I got it right here.
And the Sister Mariam said that blacks and Hispanics were protesting today in Houston. And what Gadal Ahmad was saying is heavy, man. It's so heavy, and I just want to tie it in also with this precept in the book of Baruch and the Apocrypha. If you could read that nice and loud, Malama Baba Kasha.
What sir? This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 4. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, how hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God, for the which caused these plagues cleave unto us.
You understand? And this is so heavy because the Bible says, "O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel." It doesn't say, "O God of the whole world, of all of every nation." It says, "O God of Israel." Israel is a house, and it's made of 12. We are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. Did I go out?
Khan.
I'm good, Malama?
Yeah, you good now. You good now, sir.
Okay, most high and crazy. It says, "Hear now the prayer." God, hear now the prayer of the dead Israelites. You're gonna have blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are spiritually dead. And again, there's nothing against the this brother or any black and Hispanic who has lost their lives, right? But we're gonna continue to pray because we are spiritually dead.
Now, real quick, if I may.
Go ahead, Karnal. No sweat.
Oh, so like before you say anything, Gadal Ahmad, I'm gonna say this, man. Where you devils at, right? I watch you devils coming up on here and talk about how God loves you and explain why God should love you. Because right now I understand why God hates you and why God is gonna brings plagues and evils and curses to you, to America, to Europe, to the EU, to the KKK, to the ICE agency, to the as we say in the prayers, because of the evil y'all do. Y'all see this poor brother lost his father for what? And then you lie and say that the father tried to run you over, and then you see the lack of compassion and how you devils celebrate that man's death. While you see a son right there on the video where the son is crying and pleading his case, and y'all right there commenting, making fun of the man, saying, like demonizing the man. You are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And God hates you. And that's why. It ain't because you're blonde hair and blue eyed. It's because because of your character. But Salaka, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Malama. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead, Gadal Ahmad.
Gadal Ahmad, go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to say I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's other people experiencing, but I can only hear you Malakma. I can't hear Kamada.
Oh, damn, okay. Salaki, I'm sure Kamada, Gadal Ahmad can't really hear you. I don't know if you heard him.
Yeah, Khan, I heard him say that. Man, Salaki, I'm gonna still say it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the you know what I mean. Hopefully it comes out on the live though. But Salakia, were you gonna add to the precept, Gadal Ahmad? If not, I'm gonna continue.
Gadal Ahmad, were you gonna add to the precept, Bot?
Nah, Carnal.
Oh, okay,
Go ahead, Kanan.
You can hear me though, Malama?
I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, but I don't
Okay,
think
no sweat.
Kadalama can.
Okay, Khan, no sweat, Salakia. But you know, in the Bible says, "Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites." Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are dead in America, believing in the American dream when it's goddamn a nightmare, and of their children. Look at this brother, man. He's on national TV grieving, which have sinned before thee and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God. Because the most high God of the Bible is only the God of the children of Israel, right? And we have sinned before the most high God, and we have not hearkened to his voice, meaning that we have never, so like I'm not gonna say never, we have not, we have turned away from the most high God. You understand? For the which cause these plagues cleave unto us. ICE agents are a plague to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And it's because we have sinned against the Most High God. Now, Baruch, who is a prophet of the Most High God, he's talking about Israelites who are physically dead and are praying. You understand? He's speaking about the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are meant, so like spiritually in captivity, broken spiritually, good as dead in America. You hear me?
Right.
Says, which have sinned before thee, right? The dead Israelites again are under a curse, right? Because we made a promise to the Most High God, and we now, because we failed to keep our promise, our forefathers, and now in America, because we don't have a true priest, you know, going into the book of so like real quick, bear with me, just trying to give you the book. Is the second Chronicles, right, where it says that that we, for a long time, just paraphrasing, for a long time we've been without a true God and a priest, right? But understand this though, we are suffering these consequences because of our disobedience. You hear me? And we don't have power. We are living under oppression, and we are crying out to the Most High God for mercy and restoration. And in these times, we're going to need it. And how do you obtain mercy and restoration? By coming back and serving the Most High God, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. You hear me? That is how you receive mercy and restoration from the Most High God. You know what I mean? And the Bible is talking about a people that is in captivity. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are in captivity. We are called dead in the Bible. Ezekiel went for the dry bones. Who you think the dry bones were in the Bible? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are still dead. We are still dry in America, right? Again, because we lost our kingdom, we lost our power, we lost our nation because we wanted to serve under strange gods. You hear me? And now, now look at this story. Now look at, I mean, so like not only this story, right? Because we also got to keep in mind of
there's more.
What's the brother Malama Gonzalez? You said what?
Silverio Villegas Gonzalez. But there's another thing that happened with ICE. I don't know how this is. This happened in Salt Lake, I guess in Salt Lake City. My rib just sent me some, stories and stuff, man. But Salaki, she also sent me this video real quick that I want to share while you're speaking, sir. Go ahead.
God, and this is the thing. Look at these stories, man. You're gonna continue to hear families mourning, wives who lose husbands and children, children who lose fathers, mothers, grandparents. And whether people agree or disagree about immigration enforcement, the grief is real.
Right.
And this should remind Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that captivity is more than chains. It's living in a condition where Black, Hispanic, and Native American families are broken. They live in fear, and it has become common. And people are going to cry out for justice. You see the sister, this is the sister, she's in Texas. She's saying that Blacks and Hispanics are out there protesting. They're out crying for justice. And that, what did the Bible say? The Bible says, hear the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to continue to go out into the streets and protest because we are dead. And we are crying out for our people who have been brought low in America because we dream in the because we have a false hope in the American dream, right? And it's truly a nightmare. And we need the Most High God to intervene because people like Claudia Sheinbaum,
right, not gonna do a damn thing.
Yeah, right. She can never ultimately deliver us from a nation who oppresses us. You understand?
Right.
And the lesson is this. This should be the lesson that our hope is not in presidents. The next presidency, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should not go out to those ballots and put in a vote. You shouldn't partake in these goddamn political parties. You shouldn't choose and have and side with these governments, because once again, the Bible overrules. The Bible is the authority to the way that we should move. Right. And the one thing that the Bible points out is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should come back to the Most High God as one, because the Most High God is the only one who hears the cries of his people, and he promises restoration. Donald Trump, he promises detention centers. You hear me? Like that America promises detention centers, whether Donald Trump is in office or he's not. Because don't forget, Joe Biden was doing the same thing. Obama, he's the one that started the goddamn detention centers. And black people believe that Obama was the hope, when really he's just another oppressor, right? Melanated, Salakia, right? And that's the thing, that we have to get rooted. We have to get rooted in our records, which is the Bible. That's our constitution.
Right.
So we can get liberated from captivity. So we can gain restoration. You hear me? And become a nation that is special. What does the Bible call us, Malakma? Deuteronomy 7:6.
Right, special holy people. A holy people.
Above
all people.
Nations. Above all people. You understand? I yield with that, Malakma.
Come on, concert. If you see this is a post I was talking about earlier, just from the user JC Frias. He said, if your feed was full of Vamos Mexico on Sunday, it shouldn't be silent today. Don't be silent today about the Mexican man ICE killed in Houston. Say his name, Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. You know, and definitely don't be silent about that. Remember that. Pay attention, because this is what's really going on, right? I also typed this in to show the magnitude of the problem, right? I typed in how many Latinos have died at the hands of ICE. It says scores of Latinos have died in U.S. immigration and customs enforcement, custody, or during enforcement actions. Recent statistics show 33 in custody deaths in 2025 and at least 21 publicized fatalities by mid-2026. Historically, the majority of these individuals originate from Mexico, Cuba, and Central America. And then, of course, it says you can find an in-depth analysis on these fatalities through reports from Human Rights Watch and the American Immigration Council. You understand? So far, 21 known, right? 21 known, and there's probably that number is a lot higher than what you really think. This is what just gets reported. How many? Let me see how much it goes underreported. And it says there is no exact public figure for unreported deaths of Latinos in immigration and customs enforcement custody, largely because by definition these fatalities are not tracked or officially acknowledged by the agency. So because ICE doesn't recognize it as a death, they would they don't count it. So they'll underreport it. You understand? And it goes, however, known fatalities and missing information are characterized by the following. Official custody deaths in 2025, ICE reported a 2-decade record high of 33 detainee deaths. By mid-2026, over 20 additional deaths have been publicized, with a significant portion involving Mexican and Central American nationals. Unreported cases and policy changes. The true human cost is often obscured by reporting gaps. For example, ICE enacted a policy to stop publicly disclosing the deaths of former detainees that occur within 30 days of their release from federal custody. Investigative oversight. Independent reviews suggest the number of preventable deaths is higher than reported. A report by the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, and Physicians for Human Rights identifies systemic failures and inadequate care and numerous fatalities within adult detention centers. If you want, I can share more information about the deadliest detention facilities, recent policy changes, where to find official records. So as you see, right, the numbers underreported. It kind of says, Lord, I'll make a reel definitely bringing this information out. But so that number is probably higher. This is how ruthless ICE is, man. Look at this video right here. Look at what these bastards do. Tell me what more.
I want to say this too, that 95% of those deaths are determined that could have been preventable.
Right. Kawakan, yeah, exactly. So they'll reclassify it. They're underreported. Right. Oh, Gadalama, they concealing it. But this is the nature. This is how brutal ICE is, man. Look at this video right here. Where's that video? Damn.
Oh, I'm in my house! Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Don't do that, please! My grandfather was a U.S. citizen, please! Why, you guys have an order? No! He's the only one. He's underage. He's not even 18.
He's jumping on a fucking officer. Back up, lady.
Who's jumping?
What the fuck? I run up on him. Get back! Get back!
Oh, but if you see it, please! It has diabetes, please! Please! Edwin, dame tu teléfono, dame tu teléfono. He has diabetes.
Oh, he needs to walk. He's a grown-ass adult.
But what do you guys do to him? You guys don't have to be doing that to people. Damn, you guys are fuck. I just came back from Mexico. They don't act like that in the border.
Back up.
No, papi, por favor. ¡Ayúdame! ¡Ayúdame! ¡Oh, por favor! ¡Aquí está la migra! ¡Aquí está la migra! Pinches perros idiotas. Please, you're the only one that helps me. Please, don't do it. Don't do this. No te dejes a tu teléfono, Edwin. No.
I mean, goddamn, man. I'm sure Gonzalo Ma said it perfectly. That's a nightmare, man. This is an American nightmare right here. Go ahead, sir. Salakia.
I was gonna say, man, look, if you could give me Deuteronomy 28 and 40, it started at 49.
Come, sir.
And then we could break this down together because I know this is one of your favorite scriptures too, man. But this is a prophecy, right? Of the Lord prophesied against Cristobal Colon, who is Christopher Columbus. He prophesied against Hernan Cortez and all those damn devils. And this goes down to modern day, down to the ICE agents. You hear me?
I got it.
The video that we just saw, the Bible is about to break it down.
Right. I got it whenever you want me to start reading.
What you got, Malama?
Kawakan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So, like, sir, did you want to break it down, or?
Yeah, I mean, you could add to it too, Carnal, but you know, this is Moses, right? Because this is the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and if you read from verse 1 through verse 15, it'll give you the blessings if you obey the Most High God. And from verse 16 on down, it gives you the curses. Now, there's more curses than there is blessings. You hear me? And this is one of the curses that Moses warned the children of Israel, who are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, that because of our disobedience, the Most High God will send a nation that wouldn't operate with compassion. They wouldn't stop to ask, you know, if you were an elderly, or if your father is on his way to work, or you know, if it's a child. The point of the curse is that the conqueror, the conquistador, right, or the oppressor,
right,
his first concern is in mercy. You hear me? This is describing what captivity feels like. That the people enforcing the power of their kingdom aren't moved by their tears. This sister was crying. They're not moved by their age or their family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Bible says that the curse would reach every generation when you read the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? That and this was going to go into before we go into the next verse. If you want to add to that, Malakma.
Khan. It says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. Ask yourself this question, carnales y mujeres. Where does Donald Trump come from? Where does his family come from? All the cavachos that are here in America today, where do they come from? They're from far, because they're not from here. They're not from this land. They come from Europe. They come from Spain, from Germany, from Britain, from France, from Ireland, Portugal, Switzerland, all them European nations, right? And all them Europe, it says as swift as the eagle fly. What's the symbol for a lot of these nations? The eagle. Especially the Italians, right, which are descendants of the Romans. The eagle was the symbol for Rome. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. For all you pro-indigenas listening, right? out there, ask yourself this, right? Khan says Russia también. But for all you indígenas out there, right? Nican Flacas, what is it, pan-indigenous, all y'all out there, ask yourself, when your indigenous ancestors encountered the conquistadors, did they understand did they understand Spanish? Did they understand Portuguese or English? No, they did not understand that language. Go ahead, sir. You want to go to the next verse?
Yeah, Khan Karnan, verse 50.
Khan, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
Right. And then you're going to see a lot of videos emerge, just like this one. You know, it was devastating. It was devastating to see the sister seeing her family getting apprehended like goddamn wild animals. She said, I'm not sure if that was her father, but this is an elderly person, and she said that he's diabetic.
Right.
You know, if they cause this man to bleed, you know, he could lose his life.
Right.
Or where, you know, he could, wherever he bleeds from, he could lose that body part.
Right.
Because he's a diabetic. And this is the thing. These are families that are being separated. You saw the brother, he was an elderly man being detained. The parents, they were being taken away from their children. You know, right? And this is the thing, that the America only separates Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American families. Back in the day, they separated Black families by trying to give them a gift. They say, you know what, we're going to give you government assistance, but the father can't be in this home. That is separation. Today, right, they're separating families and throwing them into detention centers. And another thing too is that, you know, or you're going to encounter deadly enforcement. You have brothers, what's that brother, the brother that wore the hoodie, Malakma?
Trayvon Martin.
What's the other brother that got caught in the grocery store?
Mike Brown,
right? And then what's his name too, that started the BLM movement?
Sorry, say again? George Floyd,
right? Those are deadly encounters, and many people are going to see the destruction, and that should be the warning. Just like how you have alarm systems in a building that warns you from fire, from theft, this should be a warning, an alarm system that lets Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans know that the people that commit these separations, that commit these deadly encounters, that they are danger. They're dangerous when around Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Cyrus Belton, Salakia.
You said what?
The brother you talk about, the brother that got unalived, and I think the young brother with the hoodie on. I guess the latest one was Cyrus Belton at the gas station, right? The brother got unalived.
Right, and this is the thing, that we are a people. This Bible is literally describing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, God's chosen people, living under the authority of a nation, right? And the Bible says that shall not have the regard,
show favor to the young.
Old, right? Shall not show favor to the old or the young, right?
Right.
And this is the thing.
Yeah, right.
The thing is that Moses wasn't warning us about he was warning us about a foreign nation, right?
Right.
But he was warning us that if we do not keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments, that we will be under these curses. That we will be under being separated from our families. We will be under deadly encounters. You hear me? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have to be aware. Right? We always say this. You know, the Bible says that Issachar was what did it say, Malama? You could paraphrase it for me.
Which one you talking about?
Was an understanding. We had an understanding of the times.
Right, we had an understanding of the times, knowing you know what time it was, like when situations would arise.
Right, meaning that we have discernment.
Right,
and this is the thing: you got to have discernment when these things happen about in our communities. You have to tell yourself, you know what? I live in America, yes, but I'm not for America.
Damn right.
You understand? The Chinese man does it. He lives in America, but he's not for America. The Arab does it. He lives in America, but he's not for America. The Hindu, the East Indian, the African. I'm not talking about African Americans, right? Because they're not African. They were told they are, but they were lied to. Just like how Hispanics were lied to. They told us that we were, you know, mestizos. We were half Spanish. That's a goddamn lie.
Right.
You understand? And this is the thing, that we have to have a discernment, and we have to say, you know what? The oppressor is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. Now, if you own a business, it doesn't mean that you don't have to, you know, make business deals with the oppressor. Take their money, man. Get paid. But when it comes, look what happened to this brother. What's that brother that recently went on a boat ride?
Right. I know what you're talking about.
The only brother caught around all devils ends up coming missing and drowning and losing his life. Now, there's another story of a sister who went into had an all girls night, and she was the only black woman around devils and end up losing her life. You got to have better discernment. You got to have understanding of the times. You got to understand that right now, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are hated by America.
No, the brother's name is Nolan. Went to spirit. So like if I could add, también, there was a carnal not too long ago that went on a camping trip with his white buddies. He was in Esau's military. He went on a camping trip to some island and he never came back.
God damn.
I think they found him dismembered.
That is oppression, man.
Right.
You know, and they say that the cartels are brutal because they dismember bodies. But who did they learn it from? The Jewish man. They learned it from the oppressor. They learned how to chop up bodies, right, from the oppressor. Right. And this is the thing, that the Bible is saying that the oppressor doesn't care about your status. He doesn't care about your age. You know, you understand? He doesn't care if you plead for mercy. Right? And the thing is that the only one who's going to have mercy for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is the Most High God. We have to come back and serve him diligently. You understand? To do all his commandments. That's what Deuteronomy 28:1 means. Says. Right? So you could be above all nations. And again, that is the restoration of a people who return to the Most High God. Right. You want to add to that, Malama?
I actually wanted to pull a precept in the book of Obadiah. That fierce. Obviously, I'm gonna say this, right? That fierce countenance was demonstrated in that video I just shared. Right. You saw how they showed no regard for the person of the old, which was the father, the grandfather. You know, I don't know who he was, right? and they neither shoot favor to the young, as you saw the young boy, right, the carnal right there. They were ready to cuff him, and you heard the devil try to justify, saying, "Oh, he came at me," and blah 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 blah. You know, like realizing this is just a child afraid of you taking his dad, taking his grandfather. You know, like how do you expect people to react when you're taking their family members? You oppressors. You know, why do y'all think y'all form your little militias? What are y'all gonna do when what are y'all preparing for? For the event that someone tries to come and harm your loved ones. That's why y'all doing that. But you know what you're showing, that you don't see you don't believe in everyone having equal rights. You believe in having more rights than everyone else, especially when it comes to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You don't think we should have the right to defend ourselves. You understand?
And so, like, real quick, Malama, while you get your precept, I also wanted to add this. Donald Trump's first term, oppressors came together and they said that they were going to gather so they can fight and protect their families. You understand? Just to add on to what you were saying, what do you think you would do when somebody's coming against your family? The oppressor did it, and you can look this up. I'm not lying. You can look it up when I might have it. I might have it in my notes somewhere, right?
Right.
Oppressors came together and said that they're gonna gather to fight and protect their families.
Right.
Why is it evil when black and Hispanics want to do the same thing the oppressor does?
Because they do not view you as the same. That's why I don't want. They do not view you as the same.
Because we are 3/5 of a human. It's in their in their constitution. Because we are not equal. You understand? Go ahead, Malama. You got it.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So, of course, this is talking about Edom, right? Edom, if y'all didn't know, is the so-called white man. Is these oppressors, man. Orale, we got Officer Natazaki in here. Hey, shalom. You understand? Edom is this oppressor. Edom is that ICE agent that had the young brother handcuffed. Edom is that ICE agent that more than likely, was unalived Lorenzo.
Right.
Right. It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." Everyone hates you oppressors, man. Everyone hates y'all, man, and it's because y'all are evil people, right? Small is like, how do I say it, man? I mean, we make fun of this oppressor with that, but I'm assuming I got to get the full breakdown on why it's saying small. But basically, like y'all not as great as you portray yourselves to be. Y'all think y'all big and mighty, but you're really small amongst everybody. You're greatly despised, right? And that's why the next part is, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Right, y'all are a prideful people. You oppressors, you cabachos are a prideful people, as I showed the comments and the reactions y'all having to the death of Lorenzo and his son crying. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Officer Kamala always brings this out about y'all. The clefts of the rocks is talking about the mountains, the caves. Y'all are what? Troglodytes. Cave
troglodytes, carnal.
Right. The pride of thy heart had deceived thee. Y'all are in for a rude awakening, because
that's why they
the
live
Lord
in skyscrapers.
Right. Because best believe the Lord has heard the cries of Lorenzo's son, of Lorenzo's family. The Lord heard that mother crying for her son and her husband and her father, right? When she was telling the ICE agents that he has diabetes, and not be so so rough with them, the Lord heard her.
Right.
You know, and y'all think y'all big, and like I said, it says, "Who shall bring me down to the ground? Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down?" Y'all think y'all untouchable, and that America will go on forever. So thou exalt thyself as the eagle. That's the proof that the Edomites, that's what that curse in Deuteronomy 28:49, a nation of fierce continents, as swift as the eagle. This is what's coming to y'all. Because though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and that thou sayest, set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Because y'all think y'all could go so high up. Y'all think y'all can have space stations. You're going to make bases on the moon. Y'all think y'all can conquer the universe because y'all so big and mighty. What they say? The Space Force.
What did they say when they went to the moon?
The eagle has landed. That's what they said. The eagle has landed.
The Bible prophesied against these devils. So, like, go ahead, Malak.
No sweat, sir. That's will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they have not?
No, real quick, where it says, would they not have stolen till they have enough?
Right.
The thing that the oppressor goes into every country and steals. Malama, do you remember we drove to Texas?
Right.
How much land did we see unoccupied?
A lot of land. A lot.
Miles.
Right.
Miles of land unoccupied. They have stolen, and they stolen from the Native Americans, and they don't even have enough. They stolen from the Mexicans, and it's not even enough. They stole from the Central Americans, from the South Americans, from the Caribbeans, and it's not even enough. Go ahead,
right. Come on, sir. Yeah, it's not even enough. It also shows like how ruthless they are, right? That's what it's talking about.
So like, not as I said.
That eagle about to
extinct.
Right. Damn right. Hold on.
Bitch ass parasite.
The eagle got a parasite on him, carnal.
He is the parasite. You know what I mean?
Sorry, homie.
You know? And that's this oppressor has taken so much. Well, what is it? First he had the 13 colonies, then he got the Louisiana Purchase, then it was Manifest Destiny to go west and take all of that. Then it was take the land from Mexico, take the land from the indigenous people. Right now they're passive aggressively taking the land from, Mexico and Latino America to South America. Donald Trump wants to take over all of the America. Venezuela, right?
He wants to go into Colombia, Cuba.
Right. He can't help. He can't stop. Yeah. And that's what Obadiah is saying right here. Like, he can't have enough. They treat you like an immigrant on your own land. You understand? Right. Like their ruthlessness does not stop. They don't know when to stop. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his things hidden, sought up? Salaki, I'm trying to find the next part. I'm going to drop down to where it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Yeah, I was going to say verse 10.
That's verse 10, right?
Yeah.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Hold on. If you could do verse 9. Let's go verse 9, Carnal.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Man, there's going to be a day where the oppressor is going to be cut off by slaughter. Christ is going to give the order after they serve their bondage, their slavery. You best believe that the oppressor, the white man, he's going to serve slavery. He's going to be a servant unto blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And then Christ is going to give the order, and we're going to slaughter them. it's going to be a glorious day where
Damn
they're
right.
just going to be extinct, and they're going to be what is Michael Jackson in a museum? What is it called?
Right. Oh, the Wax Museum, the Natural History Museum.
They're going to be wax figures.
Right. What's it saying? This the man? This the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're no longer gonna be a living soul, but they're gonna be wax figures.
Right.
Go ahead,
They're gonna be
Malama.
Khan. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, for the death of Lorenzo, for the death of Silverio, for the death of Keith, for the death of what's that brother's name? Of Nolan, for the death of Cyrus, for the death of Trayvon, for the death of what's that brother's name? John Hernandez, for the death of all them people that died in that Walmart in El Paso, them brothers and sisters that died in Buffalo, for the deaths,
the transatlantic slave trade,
right? For the transatlantic slave trade, for the
genocide of the Native Americans.
Right, for the genocide of indigenous people, the boarding schools, the missions, right? The Christopher Columbus, 1492. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
And that's the reason why the Most High God says that they should be slaughtered. He's
Right.
given the reasons, because the Most High God is a righteous judge.
Right.
And he's letting the whole world know that shame shall cover you, and that you're gonna be cut off. Sandra Bland, the sister said.
Right.
Go ahead, Malama.
Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, man. You are gonna be exterminated, annihilated. You shall never. There's no chance of mercy for your oppressors or salvation at all, man.
You're gonna be eradicated, and guess what?
Right.
Once again, Christ is gonna give the order. You could get that in the book of Luke 19 and 27. I'm gonna show you how Christ. You believe Christ is gonna come back and give hugs and kisses. We're gonna see the true character of Christ in the Bible, in the Holy Bible. Well, but this is not your Christ, right? Don't you know that Christ is an austere man?
Right.
And he's serious about the Most High God's business. You got them, Malama?
Khan, this is a book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Right, that's going to be a glorious day for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to receive judgment. I mean, so like to receive recompense,
justice.
You understand? Justice. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to receive judgment. I mean, justice. Salakia. And we're going to do it with a two-edged sword. We're going to do it with a two-edged sword. Christ said, bring them hither. And who do you believe are Christ's enemies? Christ has enemies.
Right.
Don't you know
That's
that?
not the love. Right.
Christ has enemies? According to the Bible, Christ is a black man. But who portrayed themselves to be Christ?
Right.
You know, he has blue eyes. He has dog stringy hair. Who's that? The oppressor. And he did that because he is an enemy to Christ.
Right.
But guess what? There's going to be a day where Christ is going to say, bring them hither. Meaning, bring them here and slay them before me.
Damn right.
We're going to take that two-edged sword. Chakata. That's what the Dominicans say. Chakata. You're going to cut your head off your neck because you are a goddamn and the Bible already the Bible already gave us the righteous judgment, because
Right.
you have had a perpetual hatred against your brother, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
Right.
and therefore your head needs to come off your goddamn neck. So like, I don't want
Damn
they
right.
think Christ came to blanket race across the world.
Right.
Right. When Christ himself said that he was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. How the hell was he sent, across the world?
Right.
That was a goddamn lie.
Right. Kawakan.
Go ahead, Malama, you got it.
Kawakan, sir. Like, everyone thinking Christ. Then you're wondering why Christ is coming back with a two-edged sword. You got to wonder why they push a all-loving God and an all-loving Christ, right? Because they don't want to face the fact that they're going to have to answer for the evil they did. They rather believe in a God that loves everybody, right? A God that loves them no matter what, because they can't sleep at night knowing that they have to pay for what their ancestors did. They have to pay for what that ICE agent did. They have to pay for what they do to our families, to our people, man, for that poor sister and the pain she suffered. You're going to have to pay as a nation. And those are my words. That's God's words for that violence against our brother Jacob. You understand? So all y'all get mad, and then for you brothers and sisters that want to be Christians and save the white man, you can't save them. Ain't nothing y'all can do to save them, right? God is going to deal with that, man, and that's that. And I'd advise y'all to just get the hell as far away as y'all can from gabachos, man. This is the reason why you should never date a gabacha or a gabacho for you women out there, man, because you're putting yourself at risk. You understand? Your safety's at risk, and you know what, man? You disappoint God doing that, man. You're showing how much you hate yourself also when you do that. And right now, it's not the time to hate yourself. Right now, it's the time to start loving yourself, man. Love yourself and build and have that love towards your people, man. Because your people need it. Because we hate each other is why these situations happen as well, man. Because Officer Gadalama put, he that does not gather with me is against me. He that loves this world is an enemy of God. Right, you can't love this world, man. This is the white man's world. How you gonna love that? Love God. Do what God told you to do, man. And that's how these situations will stop. But so like, sir, I know we like it's 40 minutes over the time.
Over.
Yeah, we went on, man. We got into it, man. This is a good, this is a heavy topic that we covered tonight, So Salakia,
and I want to remind people, because you said about we shouldn't have interracial marriages, man. Like, don't forget about this damn devil, right? Because it could happen also. You've seen stories about sisters who are in relationships with the oppressor. They end up losing their lives. Now, this is a sister. This is a brother who lost his life to a goddamn devil. This woman, Sarah Bone from Florida, don't forget how she got this brother intoxicated and then convinced the brother, George Torres, to get inside of a suitcase.
God damn.
What does the Bible say, Malama? That the words are smoother than butter.
The words in their heart.
But what does it say? But a sword.
Right, like the words out of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than His words were softer than oil, but yet were they drawn swords.
Right, and this is a damn devil. Sarah Bone got the brother intoxicated, this brother George Torres, and convinced him to get inside of a suitcase, and he suffocated. He zipped them up.
Damn.
Zipped them up. He trapped them inside, and he got asphyxiation. Right?
God damn, man.
That's one. This goddamn devil. It was another one too. But you know, and that's the thing. Going back to the brother who lost his life on the boat. I mean, we went on a boat trip with these damn devils. The sister
Right.
who lost her life, you know, at a all girls night, but it was all devils night, really, right? And then, you know, blacks and browns who lose their lives at the hand of the oppressor.
Salaga, sir. I think we just found our topic for the next episode.
Go ahead.
So, like, I know you heard me. I said, I think we found our topic for the next episode.
No, yeah, come. What is it?
That why we shouldn't do the interracial marriages, man.
Okay, damn right. Yeah. Interracial marriages and affiliations.
Right.
Why we shouldn't be affiliated or you know. Yeah. Right. Yeah. With that canal, you know what I mean? If you close it, it's a while.
God, no sweat, sir. Anything else you wanted to say?
Man, look, this is the inconvenient truth, man. This is what most people are afraid to stand for, because they're afraid of what's the word I'm looking for? They are afraid of being excommunicated.
Right.
They are afraid, right? Because this is a thing that if you don't fall under peer pressure, if you don't have the same belief system, right, you're gonna be excommunicated, and that's not true. You know what I mean? If you're a real nigga, people are gonna fuck with you. So like you for my lack of words, right? And it's a thing that the truth, whether you believe it, understand it, right? The truth is the truth.
Right.
And this is the inconvenient truth, man.
Right.
Brought to you by Officer Malagma, it's like Officer Lahab, Officer Malagma, and myself, Kamada.
Right.
And the sister said, Angie Diaz, you're right. This is, I have that in my story too, sis. She was decapitated by this goddamn devil. I think it happened in Texas. Jared
Jesus Christ, you're right. Damn.
Jared Dickens. I was gonna mention that too, but you know what I mean. And the sister, she was originally from Nicaragua, and they were a newlywed couple. And this is the thing that, again, this happened in Weller County in Texas. You're right, sis. Don't forget Angie Diaz.
Damn.
She was decapitated by this goddamn devil, right? And this happened in 2023, January.
I'll say it again,
right? That's an extremely violent.
God damn.
You know, crime.
Oh, look at it closely. Look at it closely.
Don't end up like our dead Israelites, brothers and sisters.
Right,
you know
right.
Have understanding of the times. Have some discernment, man. Go ahead, Malama, you got it?
No sweat, sir. Yeah, definitely. Have discernment, have the understanding of the times. Know that for everything there's a season, there's a time for war and a time for peace, a time to love and a time to hate, man. Raza, carnales y mujeres, now is the high time to awake out of sleep, man. Look and learn to love your brother as yourself, man. And learn the truth about who you are, man. Look at what's the proof that you're an Israelite, the proof that you're supposed to follow God is in looking at all the hell that's going on around you, man. All of y'all out there got some type of revolutionary movement, got some type of activism. For what? In response to all the horrible things that go on around you. Well, here in the ISUPK under Commanding Junior Hanna, we're telling you why it's happening and what can be done to end it, man. I'm tired of it. I know y'all are tired of it. You understand? And that's why you have to come in here and learn the truth, man. So for that, man, for anybody, tuning in that, that's not, that wants to inquire about coming to class, isupk.com, man. Also, we you can DM us, right, on all our social media platforms. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're on Discord, Twitch. I'm working in the process of setting up those channels so we can go live on there. But also, of course, we also have our email address, which is the Inconvenient Truth 1969. You can email us as well with any questions, or if you want to acquire more information about coming to class. Pay your tithes. You understand? But with all that, man, like Officer Commandant brought out, right, and shout out to Officer Regalia, wake your goddamn game up, man. Ponte trucha, carnales y mujeres, because it's only going to get crazier, man. With that, Lord allow, we'll go ahead, sir. Salaki.
Real quick, Salaki, not to cut you off, but the sister said the grass ain't greener over there, sisters.
Right.
And brothers as
Most
well.
High in Christ.
You understand? Like, don't let it hit home in order for you to wake out of sleep, right? And that's going back to Romans, what was it, 13, Malakma?
Romans 13 and 11. Yeah, now this has
wake out of sleep.
That knowing the time.
Right. Yeah, Conk, and
that knowing the time, it is hard to wake out of sleep.
Yeah, Conk, now you can finish also like it,
Nah, no sweat. Nah, I appreciate that, sir. No problem, man. So take heed to what we're saying, man. Tune in, contact us. Got any questions? Type them, man. Damn right, sis. Or damn right, Kanana Salak. Get in class, pay your tithes. Shalom Yahbashim Shabrakata, man. With that, I'm gonna say Yahbashim Shabrakata to the Karnales, Yahbashimar Alata Bashim Yahbashai to the Mujeres. Follow us, tune in, subscribe to our channel, man. But with that, man, we'll be back at it again. Lord allow, I can go live in these next couple of days. But with that, man, Lord allow, we'll definitely go live next Wednesday, man. We go live. We're meant to go live every Wednesday, 10 p.m. until, try to keep it short. But, man, as you see, we get into these topics, carnales y mujeres. But with that, man, shalom, man.
Shalom.
Órale.
Jehová, tu Dios, te ha escogido para hacerle un pueblo especial. Jehová, tu Dios, te ha escogido para hacerle un pueblo especial. Un pueblo. No está hablando de los chinos, no está hablando de los árabes, no está hablando de los japoneses, de nosotros. Nosotros somos la gente más odiada en este mundo, más odiada. Y toda la gente de
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will. I'm that nigga.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.